Hello Stampers, my name is Linda Bedinger and I'm an independent Stampin' UP demonstrator in Denver, Colorado. I'm so glad you could join me today. I have my September paper pumpkin alternatives for you. Let's just get started. Okay, here is my paper pumpkin. Came in this lovely box. It's called Hello Pumpkin and it is September 2020. So I have, let's see, this came with a flyer for the next paper pumpkin, which is called Joy to the World. And if you've been in the world of paper pumpkin, you know that the Christmas ones are absolutely gorgeous. And this is going to be called Joy to the World, and it's going to be the first of a couple, I think, that will be dealing with the holidays. So this is one you don't want to miss if you can avoid it. And so just a flyer to remind you, we've got until October 10th to subscribe to the paper pumpkin to get this next paper pumpkin. This kit here is for Halloween, and it is meant to make 20 of these cracker boxes. And you can see there's two different patterns of paper here, and then each one of these has, oh, there's cats and pumpkins and witches' hats and flowers and all kinds of decorations that can go on these crackers, and then they're tied up with twine, white twine and black twine. So let me tell you a little bit about what comes in this kit. Let's start with the stamp set. So in this stamp set is this pumpkin, this cute little witch's hat, and it's got flowers and a pumpkin on it and some leaves, and it's just as cute as it can be. Then there is a pumpkin face, a larger pumpkin face, and then there's a smaller pumpkin face, a flower, and two different size and shaped leaves. And then the sentiments are: have a happy Halloween, give thanks, hello pumpkin, trick or treat, spooky and sweet. And so it's a cute little stamp set. And if you follow me at all, you know I never make the materials the way they suggest. There's plenty of good instructions included in the kit if you want to make the material that the kit intends. I always make full-size cards out of the material that I've been given. And in this case, there as the coordinating colors are black, basic black, bumblebee, Cajun craze, cinnamon cider, mossy meadow, old olive, pumpkin pie, and whisper white. There are alternatives this time. This little wreath, the pumpkin with the banner, and this little shaker card are absolutely darling. And these would be great to make up as well. So mine are quite different from all of these, and I think I made 6 cards this time. So you will have the choice of the 6, plus I would be thrilled with any one of these 3 as well. So that's 9 projects that I think you could make full-sized cards with. Let me tell you what else is in the kit. You have the black and white baker's twine, your glue dots, your dimensionals, and these little strips of double-sided sticky tape to, this is what one of the cracker boxes looks like. And so there is adhesive to put along one side to adhere your decorations to the cracker boxes. Then your Stampin' Spot this time is Cajun Craze. These little pieces are the ones that I punched out of this little cracker box here, and I used some of those. Then we have 10 witches' hats, and then there are these beautiful lacy looking pieces that can go on your card to back a sentiment, to back a decoration. They're really very pretty. And then these curly Q things, and they've got these in every color. So there's this look here, and then there are also, let's see, I'll just keep going through them as they come up. Yellow flowers with a little leaf attached, cinnamon cider flowers with a little leaf attached. Then there are more of these curlicue things in cinnamon cider and mossy meadow. Then more of these lacy pieces in Cajun craze, bumblebee, and then some more of these curlicues. Then there are several pages of each of these in here. And then there is a page of white, which are these kinds of banners, and these these tags or labels, and they are both scalloped and stitched. Very pretty. And then these double flagged ends and white flowers. So there's those, and then every color that's in here in leaves. 2 different shapes of leaves in the mossy meadow, cinnamon cider, Cajun craze, and bumblebee, and there are again several sheets of those. A couple of sheets of the black cats and black flowers, and a couple of sheets of these double pumpkins and the single pumpkins, and then these banners that are in this paler pumpkin color. More of those, and then many of these crackers. And to use the cards that I made today, I only used this much of one of the cracker boxes in order to make my projects. So, and I made 6 cards, so you could easily make a dozen cards and still have a ton of material left over to make cracker boxes for special trick-or-treaters in your world. All right, I think that is it. I think so. And so let me show you what I did with the materials for this kit. This is the first card that I made, and I used 2 of those black lacy pieces butted up against one another to give myself a background here, and then raised up on dimensional pumpkins and 2 of the single pumpkins. Then I wrote Hello Pumpkin up here, and I used some of the pretty black twine and a bow, and then I used rhinestones from our holiday basic rhinestones kit, and then I used a black base, and then I used 2 pieces of Whisper White, 4 by 5 1/4 for my panel on the front, and then my panel on the inside. Now on the inside I stamped 2 pumpkins and I masked one of them, and then I used a piece of that cracker box and just cut off a little strip so I could have some more decoration on the inside. It's a pretty plain little card, but I really like the way it came out. So that is my card number 1. The next card, I used all of the various colors of flowers and leaves and made a cluster here in the middle of my card, and then 2 of these pretty lacy label backings here with some pumpkin pie rhinestones and some green rhinestones, and then some pearls. And all of the rhinestones come from the holiday rhinestone collection. And then on the inside of the card, I just put 2 of the flowers, leaves, and another one of these filigree pieces. Now on these flowers, what I did was I took either my white chalk marker or my pumpkin pie or my mossy meadow marker and just layered in a few marks on the flowers so that they stood out a little bit more. But that is card number 2, and then I stamped that one, Give Thanks. That could be Happy Thanksgiving, it could be Happy Birthday, it could be anything. Now, in my family, we have lots of birthdays around Halloween, and my sister-in-law was born on the 30th of October, and so I used this opportunity to make birthday cards for she and my brother, who was born on Halloween. So this is the one for my sister-in-law, and I stamped the hat. I added the flower and the bow. I used the happy birthday here from Here's a Card, and then just fussy cut out the words and put it on my filigree piece. These are 1/4-inch strips of pumpkin pie, bumblebee, and Cajun craze, a few of the rhinestones, and then on the inside I used the laser cut pieces of those same things, the hat, the pumpkin, and the flower, to decorate the inside of the card. And those layering pieces here in Whisper White are 4 by 5 1/4. So there is card number 3. Then this is the one for my brother, and it says, "Have a happy Halloween birthday." And I used that same stamp, and I just masked off the happy with a little bit of washi tape and stamped down my birthday first, then put on the pieces on the top. And on the black cat and the hat, I used Wink of Stella on the black pieces, and I put one of those pumpkin faces on this little pumpkin here. And lots of those rhinestones from the holiday rhinestones. On the inside, Cajun craze 4 by 5 1/4, and Whisper White 3 3/4 by 5, and pumpkin faces. So there we go. That is card number 4. Then on card number 5, what I did was I took a piece of Cajun craze that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so 1/4 of a page of the Cajun craze, and then this piece is 3 inches by 11, scored and folded at 5 1/2, and then I attached that to my Cajun craze piece to create this flip-up card from the front. Now then, I took one of those cracker boxes, let me grab one here so I can show you, and I trimmed using my trimmer. I cut off this edge of the cracker box on both sides, and then I laid those down on my piece of Cajun craze, and then these pieces, this white piece and this white piece, are 3 inches by 5 1/4, so I would have a Cajun craze border at the top and the bottom of both of those pieces. And so these little scallops are sandwiched between this longer piece of Cajun craze and this piece of white. So you get decoration on the edges from the inside and the outside. And then these were some of these cutout pieces from the cracker, and I just lined them up here on the inside, and I used, as I did on this one, a little bit of splatter, and any old splatter stamp that you have will work. I took mine from a Christmas stamp. I don't even remember which one now, but just enough to get a little bit of a splatter down on the front to give it a little texture. And then my final card was this one, where I took a piece of Bumblebee and I made my own designer series paper here by putting some of these stamps, the pumpkins and the pumpkin faces and the hats, flowers and leaves, and then I bumped up my Give Thanks on one of those little labels that comes with the kit, and then added my pumpkin pie rhinestones here, and on the inside I used a piece of that bumblebee as well and put a few of the flowers there on the inside to mimic the flowers and leaves on the outside. And that is card number 6. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel today. I do so appreciate it. And if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Or you could join my team. There's a special join offer through the month of September, so we've got a couple weeks left. And it is your regular $125 worth of product for $99, plus 2 stamp sets, the So Much Love and the Queen's Anne lace, and then a package of rhinestones, and then all of the cardstock and envelopes and everything you need to make 16 cards. Now you could make those 16 cards for yourself and just enjoy having those 2 extra stamp sets, or it is something you could, if you were interested in doing a little bit more with it, you have your first card class pulled together with the material that's been supplied by your kit. So lots of different things you can do. Now, my telephone number is always listed below the video in the Show More section, along with the description and some of the materials and measurements below the video. And if you've a mind to talk about joining, please give me a call. I'd love to talk to you about it. Love to have you on my team. It's wonderful. You start out with a 20% discount, and there's a lot of perks. You get catalogs early. There's all kinds of things. And then we do a lot with my team. So there's lots going on, and it's kind of a fun thing to do. So give me a call if you're curious. That's it for me today. My prize draw for September is the Poinsettia Petals Bundle. In order to put yourself in my drawing for that, all you need to do is place an order of any size on my store, lbedinger.stampinup.net, or you can get to it through my blog, www.inkandingenuity.com. And so I will be back soon with more cards, more projects, and more tips. Bye!